All right, welcome to the late night episode of Muckin and Grindin, the Stanley Cup edition. We just got the final of the Dallas and Tampa Bay game. Game one goes to Dallas 4-1. 5:40 in, Joel Hanley scores his first career NHL goal. Period. Comes at a good time in playoffs. This happens because Ryan McDonough goes after another guy in the corner, leaves the slot wide open. He just buries a nice top shelf shot right down the slot. I noticed after that goal, Tampa Bay did pick up the physicality, the pace and the physicality picked up big time for them. And then it slowed a little bit, and then all of a sudden, Yanni Gourde ties the game with 7:28 left in the first period. It was a lucky bounce, goes off of Hudobin, off of Yanni Gourde's skate, off of Hudobin's skate again, and then back into the back of the net to tie it up at 1. Then Jamie Alexiak scores. The Big Rig gets his fifth goal of the playoffs with 7:28 left to go in the second. It was a good goal. He gets his own rebound and then puts a top shelf. Kivirana scores with 28 seconds left in the second. Beats Vasilevsky's six hole right underneath the glove hand and between the leg. It's a bad goal. Can't give up those ones, especially when you're supposed to be the top-notch goalie in the league. Then we get the empty netter from Dickinson at the end to seal the deal for Dallas. Shots on goal. Dallas had 20. Tampa Bay had 36. 22 of those shots actually came into the third period for Tampa Bay. Hudobin stood on his head. When you want a goalie to steal the series, this was one of them. He stole this game from them. Dallas was 0 for 2 on the power play. Tampa Bay was 0 for 3. And the penalty minutes was 8 for Dallas, 16 for Tampa Bay. Dallas with 24 block shots in the game, and Tampa Bay has 18. The hits were pretty much even. Dallas with 50 and Tampa Bay with 56. Won't go through the penalties. But this third period, Tampa Bay was all over Dallas. It's just a really good game to see. Your 3 stars of the game. Number 1 goes to Anton Hudobin. Number 2 to Jamie Alexiak. And number 3 to Alex Killorn from Tampa Bay. I guess he pretty much had their best game. He was all over the ice. I mean, he looked pretty good, Alex Killorn. He's usually a pretty good role player, but it still goes to that number 1 star with Jamie and Anton Hudobin. It just seemed like everything was just hitting him. I mean, he made some really good saves early, made a ton of great saves late. I will say this, one of the coolest things I think I've seen for a Stanley Cup final is, even though this is unprecedented times with the, the bubble teams and stuff like that, with the way the NHL has that set up, bringing out the Stanley Cup and setting it up in the above the benches. It's almost the second level, I would say. Set it up on its table and just left it there. It's still sitting there throughout the game. It's really cool to see. Plus, I mean, these guys get to look at it and during pregame warmups and take a little quick peek up there. Remind you what you're playing for. Get you, the blood pumping a little bit more. But we'll come back to you again on after each game. We'll do a quick little rundown of everything on the Muckin and Grindin on the Stanley Cup editions. We'll go over the goals and key plays of the game. See you again after game 2. Have a good night, everybody.